Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect. Started with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yasharala, and the men, the women, the children, the true believers in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. May He have mercy on you in these last days. So, brother, I'm not Wa'ala, coming at you with a quick lesson, pre-camp lesson. And I just want to, read a few scriptures out of the book of Zephaniah just to get the, the spirit going, okay? And this won't be a long, this is going to be a, couple of scriptures just to get the mind right, but first and foremost, to bring out edification whenever possible. All right, so this is the book of Zephaniah, and the word Zephaniah means Yahweh hides, or Yahweh has hidden, and the Hebrew word is Zephaniah. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. All right, and this is the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. And that her is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Israelites, all right? Specifically the tribe of Yahweh, Judah, all right? Because when the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom were separated, there still was remnants of righteousness dwelling amongst the tribe of Judah, okay? Or the southern kingdom within itself, all right? And the Lord still brought heavy judgment on us because of our idolatry, our idol worship, okay? And furthermore, from the wickedness of these priests, who today would be your modern day, Israelite camps that lead the people astray, okay? Because a lot of this was going on during this time as well. It says, she obeyed not the voice, she received not correction, she trusted not in the Lord, she drew not near to the Most High. And that she, again, is you Israelites, speaking specifically to you so-called Negroes, because the Lord was dealing with you all at the time, and now He hid Himself from us because of our wicked ways and our wicked thoughts and the things that we chose to choose, or the things that we chose over what was righteousness. All right. It says, her princes within her are roaring lions, her judges are evening wolves, they gnaw not the bone to the marrow. And this is what you would call your modern day Pharisees, these jakes that are popping up out of nowhere. They got their own Israelite groups, their own Israelite doctrine. When the scriptures say she obeyed not the voice, this is what this means. This is Hosea Amos. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 7. Surely the Most High Yahweh will do nothing, but revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. So the secrets were revealed to His servants, the prophets. The servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai don't give a shit about money. I mean, you need money to live and everything, but they're more concerned about teaching the true understanding of the Bible, to bring all His people back to the righteous way of living. For we were giving the law, statutes, and commandments for a reason, and that reason was to separate us from the other nations, from the heathen, because they weren't given these things. But here it is, just like in the time I'm reading to you right now in Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 2, where it says, she obeyed not the voice, she trusted not in correction, she trusted not in the Lord, she drew not near to her power. You see, And in Amos chapter 3 and 7, it's telling you who has the information that you need to abide, to be delivered in that time and now. And it's the prophets, the men that are out here on the highways and byways every Saturday, every Friday, every weekend, and even now throughout the week, warning you about the coming destruction. Okay? But see, you got other prophets, other teachers, who the Lord is talking about in this chapter, that don't teach that don't warn the people, that are trying to build Israelite communities, that are trying to make gain in these times that we're about to go into. It says, again, verse 3, Zephaniah 3 and 3. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They gnaw not the bones to the marrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Okay? Why are they treacherous? Because they don't teach the 100% truth. They teach according to their feelings. They teach according to the other people's feelings. But this is the Lord say about your feelings. Yes, let me read that Amos again so we really understand what's going on here. It says, Amos 3 and 7, surely the Lord, Yahweh, will do nothing but revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. We got to remember that. That's who got the understanding. The Lord anointed certain men to raise up other men, and they become anointed, and they're anointed through these scriptures, and then they go out and teach, and they don't teach for filthy lucre. They don't teach for personal gain. They teach to usher in the coming of our Lord. They teach to build themselves up in the spirit so that they may be spared in the time of trouble. This is Isaiah chapter 58 in verse 1. It says, cry aloud and spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. That's how you're supposed to teach the Bible. You see, you don't spare nobody's feelings, because we're in a time of trouble, or we're going into a time of trouble. So if you're in a burning house, all right, do you go in and speak lightly to the people, or do you yell? You try to wake them up to come out of that burning house, where America is a burning house. So if the leaders that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have set up are teaching in order to keep everybody asleep, or to teach to make personal gain and not to glorify Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, then you know there's judgment coming for that. Zephaniah 3 and 4. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light, and he faileth not. But the unjust knoweth no shame. Why do they knoweth no shame? Because they're in their flesh. Okay. And these men that the Lord have raised up to teach the truth, they have no shame neither. Okay, here it is. The MOTB has been ushered in. We know it's the microchip. We know it's going to bring tyranny. We know if you don't take it, you're not going to buy and sell. But only one a group of people is teaching it, and that's the men of Great Millstone, starting with the Apostle Tara on down. And the rest are blinded. And the men who teach that same doctrine, whether they're in Great Millstone or not, you can see that the Spirit of the Lord is coming down on the people to bring that out. But it started with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and now it's apparent that the market of beasts is being ushered in. I got one more precept, and then that'll be it. This is nothing but a quick cut to show you this judgment that's coming is coming to the house of Judah. Okay, it's coming to you also, all you so-called Negroes and Latinos, Native Americans dwelling in the land of Babylon, aka America. Okay, harsh judgment is coming here. So if you're following the false teachers, you're listening to people who have no true understanding of these scriptures, or are bewildering you or leading you astray, then that's because of your flesh, and that's what the Lord wants. This is Ezekiel chapter 9. Now we get right to the point. In verse 4, it says, and the Lord said, go unto him and go, Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. See, that's what he's talking about here in Zephaniah chapter 3. Okay, but now today, that's America. That's what he's talking about. Because you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you Israelites, wherever you are, that's where the judgment is going to be held, come down to. All right. It says, and to the others, he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man and come not near any man upon whom is the mark. And that mark is a mark of exemption from judgment. The judgment that's going to come down from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for the iniquity, for the abominations, for the worshiping of other gods. Okay? And it's going to start with the leadership of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, who chose money and chose the ways of this world in order to live as an Israelite, okay, in bondage, okay, to be a participator of this kingdom, instead of speaking against it and warning the people the destruction that's coming here. It says, and that mark is the name. It starts with the name and then the doctrine, okay? That's what that's going into. And the believers in the true name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It says, they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, defile the house, and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. And that city is today, aka America. And the judgment is coming to America for all of the wickedness that is perpetuated on the people of Israel. And you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, you're going to feel that same judgment as well, because you refuse to turn back to your living power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. So that was all I had for you. It was just another quick cut, and Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rachakodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.